LLBlueDragon, and welcome to the stream, everybody! Hello and hi and hello. Hope everyone's doing great. Hope everyone's doing fantastic today. Now, today we are going to continue more of South of Midnight. Now, last time that we left off, we basically were going through some of the extras for the collection and lore. We're basically just gonna go about and read basically all of them and look at them and everything like that. And I think that will definitely be it. Now, obviously, probably it's going to be a long stream because today I will go through all of it, no matter how long it is. So we're going to go through it, we're going to finish it today, and that would be the concluding story for South of Midnight. So, with that being said, without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, do this and bam. Okay. So, let us go to where we left off, which is... Which, I did take a picture of this. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me see where we left off. Yeah. We did read this, so we're now on to 6. Okay. Alright. So, here we go. Chapter 7, 6 out of 15. Borrowers, little drunkards. Be sure to leave a few thimbles full of your strongest liquor outside the barrel and crates. Those little drunk buggers will swindle your hard-earning hooch in the middle of the night. If you don't, then they wreak havoc. You gotta give them a peace offering. They like the burn when it goes down, but then again, so do I. Chapter 7, 7 out of 15. Any of Prohibition. October 23, 1934. Prohibition was repealed. No one needs our moonshine and bootleg wine. Demands is way down. I'm thinking of heading out west to find my fortunes there. Asked Laurent if he wanted to come. He politely declined, said he's gotta make something of himself here. Chapter 7, 8 out of 15, Boy Out of Time. April 4th, 1955. Came back to the old bootlegging spot. Laurent is still here, looking ever young and spry. Leaped up and bear-hugged me plumb off my feet. Felt like he was gonna break my back. He bought the Sawmill's old junk joint. Runs a little backwood bar now. I have a feeling he will be here for quite some time. Okay. Chapter 7, 9 out of 15. Heart of Lace. I need to tell Lacey I'm sorry. I can be better. I can let her in. Sometimes I see her walking around, but I can't speak the words. All I think of is the sorrow I caused her and Hazel, but each time it gets stuck in my throat, choking me. She deserves so much better. I don't know if I can change. I've been this way so long. Aww. Well, at least at the final ending, they actually both got back together. Lacey and Laurent. At least they got back together. Chapter 7, 10 out of 15. Treatment. Dear Mr. Baptist, first, we appreciate your many years of service, which makes this decision much harder. We received your request to swap company scraps for cash to help pay for your wife's medical billing. Fortunately, the company is unable to comply with your request at this time. Our policies is firm. Thank you. Chapter 7, 11 out of 15. A Mother's Last Words. I can feel my time on this earth coming to a close. I'm going up yonder to be with my Lord. I hate to leave my beautiful boys behind, especially Teddy. He's hurting so much, but won't show me. Thinks he's gotta be our rock, but even the hardest rock can be worn away by the streams of grief. I know he goes and cries. I known him half my life. Can't hide from me that easily. I should talk to him about it. He's gonna have to be a good example for Laurent. They will need each other. Chapter 8, 1 out of 4. Delta 346 missing child. Wilderness Search and Rescue Squad, Delta 346, out here looking for a Thomas Porter. Family said they were camping and he ran off into the woods, fell off a cliff. Supposedly the parents were unable to get him. When we got to the location, all we found was a shoe and what looks like red yarn. Going to run a search grid in the surrounding area. Jackson. Chapter 8, 2 out of 4. Delta 346, Weird Happenings. Delta 346, we haven't seen signs of Thomas. Found some weird tracks heading towards Witch's Nose. A children's footprints next to something many-footed. Never seen anything like it. Have a bad feeling. This don't feel natural. Jackson. Chapter 8, 4 out of 4. Delta 346, search called off. Delta 346 found a note in Kid's handwriting. Said, I'm safe and fixed. I don't want to go home, please. It's better here. Sorry about your leg. With a little heart. I don't know what to do. I think we're going to call off the search. That's what my heart's telling me. I hope this is right. Jackson. Chapter 9, 1 out of 12. Borrows feline intuitions. I woke up the other night because I thought I heard someone voices in the house. It's just me and my cat, Tooks. I went out with my intruder deterrent and I swear I saw Tooks' mouth moving. He was talking to some little guy. They both looked at me. I blinked and the little guy was gone, but I saw his wee footprints. I need to lay off the cold medication, but also watch your cats, y'all. I think this is like the best one I've read so far. Other than the catfish one, of course. Chapter 9, 2 out of 12. Cross my heart. Please excuse me from school. Mama and Daddy work doubles all week and I got to take care of the babies. I am not playing hooky, I swear. Love, Jane. Aww. Chapter 9, 3 out of 12. Dear Santa. Dear Santa, I've been mostly good. I need shoes. Could you take me to the North Pole with you? I would go barefoot if you would just take me with you. Is it very cold there? I don't mind. Love, Jane. P.S. Could the babies come too? Someone's got to take care of them. Maybe Mrs. Santa would help me with them. Chapter 9, 4 out of 12. Please keep in mind. August 9, 1974. Dear Miss Davis, thank you for your 10-page letter. We cannot investigate a citizen on suspicion alone. The 3 children you claim were abducted by Molly Radley were never reported missing, nor does the county clerk have any record of them. It is true, however, that some rural parents do not pay to register children born at home. Please contact us only if you have evidence. Sincerely, Sheriff Thibodex. Chapter 9, 5 out of 12. You'll be sorry. November 16, 1973. Dear Sheriff Thibodex, do you believe me now? Every blessed child in the holler has now been taken, save one. I told you so. You could have stopped this, but no, you were too busy sniffing your face with donuts. I hope you are proud of yourself. Sincerely, Angus Davis. Chapter 9, 6 out of 12. Molly gives a fright. Who sews you in your pockets tight and hugs you close with such delight? She'll come if you turn off the light. She'll come if you sneak out at night. Don't fight or flinch or bite or pinch. If Molly gives you fright, she'll take you to her mountain lair with red yarn tangled everywhere, and tell you as you gasp and stare that things will be all right. No child seen again, it's true. Her red yarn is the only clue. I think you now know what to do, since maybe her next child's you. Chapter 9, 7 out of 12. Mandatory overtime. Managers, there is mandatory overtime this weekend before the break. No exceptions. If people are unable to commit, they will not receive PTO. I expect to hear numbers by EOD. Chapter 9, 8 out of 12. She did it. Did you get him? Okay. Chapter 9, 9 out of 12. Why not me? Miss Molly, where'd you go with the other children? Why'd you take them and not me? I don't got any friend left. Can you send them down to play sometime? Sincerely, Itchy. Chapter 9, 10 out of 12. Dear Miss Molly. Dear Miss Molly, I heard you got toys and food at your house. Could I please have some food? I don't mind for me, but the babies are hungry, and I don't know when Mama and Daddy get home from work next. I don't need toys, just food for the babies, and for me, if you have extra. Love, Jane. P.S. Please do not tell that I asked for charity. I would get whipped. Chapter 9, 11 out of 12. Decision of transfer. Lacey Winston Prospero, Social Services. It is my immediate recommendation that Matt be transferred to a foster family as soon as one is available. He suffered from malnutrition. He has not been to school in a month, and both of his parents suffer from addictions. He cannot thrive in the environment. I know the county is low on potential foster families, but his situation requires immediate attention. So that's when, so Lacey So that's when she's like, yes, like this is like the whole like paper of like, I gotta take this to Hug and Molly. Hug and Molly will take good care of the kids and not the current parents. Chapter 9, 12 out of 12. Is it true? Is it true that a lacy woman is coming? Never seen a woman made out of lace. I wonder if she's a giant spider too. I can't tell if the new kid is pulling my leg or not. Chapter 10, 1 out of 5. Hope's Crossing Homecoming. Got the Prospero family set up in the Shelley's old cabin. It's damp, filled with skeeters, but there plenty of chain pickler for every hungry mouth and nobody to tear our families apart. The townsfolk leave us be, accepting our logs and struggle work for cheap, and we never let a child stray too far into hunter territory. Hope's Crossing has been our refuge for 20-odd years. Here's to another 20 more. Chapter 10, 2 out of 5. Sleep and Smoke. Folks been resting easy since our new arrivals, all except for Sister Mary. Pain festers in the heart after living under the lash for so long. The rest of us make do, but Mary sleeps through the day, and my root work can't wake her none. Sometimes I catch a dark fog lingering at her blanket that scatters when I get my hooks ready. That smoke ain't a haint, but it might be just a sour. Chapter 10, 3 out of 5, A Close Call. There's hunters nearby. Got us skittish. The little swamp boy I found don't cry like the others when those devils get to yelling. He's special. Ain't held a baby like him before. On nights when the hunters leave us be, I put him to sleep with an old lullaby swung up and down the bayou. One smile from him could melt even the coldest heart. Chapter 10, 4 out of 5, A Grand Wedding. 2 of our best trappers have wed. The boy is a fool in love, and the girl is sweet as honeysuckle. They jumped the broom, and we celebrate with a fire and song. I drink and play the panpipes like an old loon. These are the makings of good life. These moments, times get hard, problems grow like weeds, but the fruit is always worth a harvest. The land still ain't done with me yet. Chapter 10, 5 out of 5, The Flower Child. For a fortnight, I watched over the creature some will call a monster. He was already becoming something new by the time I plucked him from the petals of a flower cradle, sprouting leaves for hair, vines for veins, and wild grapes for eyes. Swaddling him as a mother would did nothing to slow the turn. I've been wrong many times in life, but losing this child to the old pain haunting the swamps hurts most of all my sins. Chapter 11, 1 out of 8. The Anguish Cry. The hunters tried to burn Hope's Crossing to the ground, with the fire growing bright. The little swamp boy grew as big as a house and fled into the swamp, searching high and low for him after helping the others board an old friend's boat. Found him far from ashes of our home. When I sought help from the weave to heal him, he cried out in anguish and ran from me again, while a pain I won't soon forget shook me to my core. Chapter 11, 2 out of 8. Stowaway's tin box. Seek Mahalia. She will get you and your boy safe passage. Chapter 11, 4 out of 8. Old pain and new life. Spent an age out here with only cricket song for company, tolling over how to fix what I done. That boy, that sweet creature, all alone, waiting for someone to peel back the moss and free the baby beneath. Never did figure how to save that poor child. There aren't enough creatures I can heal on this earth to make my penance. Chapter 11, 6 out of 8. False knowledge. Good folks know to care for a wounded heart before it had needed of a weaver. A great folks can mend what a weaver can't. This is what the false stitcher who sought to steal my gifts couldn't understand. We weavers don't bend the grand tapestry to our will. We weave only the mend it tears. But we can't use our gifts to mend our own wounds. We must rely on the kindness of others for that. Chapter 11, 7 out of 8. Captain's log. That wailing, it's got to stop. Between my hardest working deckhands sneaking off to follow that uppity devil woman Mahalia, and my prettiest paler girls jumping overboard to escape the monstrous wailing, I'll have no crew left to serve my beautiful, beautiful Belle. I pour my life savings into this boat, and I will die here with blood pouring from my ears before I abandon her to the riverbed. They can't have her. She's mine. No one can sink my best girl. Chapter 12, 1 out of 19. Should I leave? Entry 1. I could see the wagon. I came to the crossroads, found the true path, but now that I'm here, something in my gut is hesitant. I miss her so much, but I don't think she wants this for me. She said live a full life without her. How can I live fully when she no longer walks the earth? She was my everything. Entry 2. I could still go back, I think. I don't know how long I've been here. I sit and ponder. I sit and dream. Such odd dreams. I can hear her calling to me, promise me things, crying and begging to see me. Said she can feel me so close. Don't I love her? Why wouldn't I step through the door? Chapter 12, 2 out of 19. Should I stay? Entry 1. I started to hear her, even when I'm awake. June, she says. June, June, June. I hear her wailing and crying for me beyond the grave. I know that's not possible, but something in her voice, raspy, like dried leaves in wind. Entry 2. I miss her so much. Entry 3. I'm going. Who am I to question a miracle, a chance to right a wrong, to correct a misstep? I just want to hold her again, hear her voice in my ear. I have sat and pondered enough, dreamed enough for 2 lifetimes. I will see her again. Chapter 2, 3 out of 19. The record keeps skipping. Agatha Lynette fell asleep while smoking a cigar, burnt the house down with her family inside, escaped the fire because the gramophone started skipping and woke her. Chapter 12, 419, Milk and Sugar Love. Paul Tiller poisoned his great aunt hoping for her inheritance, but her money was long gone. She merrily enjoys spending time with her only nephew. Chapter 12, 5 out of 19, Ring Ring. Trudy Morix failed to catch her taller daughter before she pedaled into the street, can no longer abide the sound of a ringing bell. Chapter 12, 6 out of 19, Ruse Limerence. I can sense an all-consuming despair near, like a fire roving across dry plains. I can taste it, bitter and dank, unfulfilling. I have seen their regrets-filled dreams, walked their halls of painful memories. They will come to seek the grand tapestry soon, of that I am sure. Chapter 12, 7 out of 19, The Hunger Maw. Ian Gehrig, afflicted with a bottomless hunger, dreams of unfettered access to a refrigerator his parents kept locked most hours of the day. Chapter 12, 8 out of 19. Still stars don't remember. I can't remember my name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but it gets stuck. My face a shadow. I think I had brown eyes, or maybe blue, green. I think I was once loved. I remember loving. Love lost, the stars here. They don't move. Do they remember how to shine? Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle. Chapter 12, 9 out of 19. Joe Goodfellow, 74. Joe Goodfellow, 74. Mud Correctional Center, Kentucky. Yearns for the lover who never visits. 50-odd years since I killed your snake husband dead, my darling. Only 10 more till we can be together. You'll keep waiting for me, won't you? Deluded old man, she never loved you, and you will never see her again. You took a life for nothing. R. Chapter 12, 10 out of 19, The Many Little Things. I miss the sunrise and hearing people sneeze. I miss the sound of harmony in churros. I miss my sister. I think I had a sister. Her warm hugs and scary movies. I miss the phone call that took her. I miss my sister. Chapter 12, 11 out of 19, Hold Love. He's hollow inside. My words bounce off his cold, empty skin like an echo. He smiles, and his teeth tremble and shake. He blinks, and I can see the emptiness behind those beautiful eyes. His hand feels stiff when I hold it. I can stomach these things, at least here. He loves me still. Chapter 12, 12 out of 19, Spit It Out. I can still hear them laughing at me. Ha 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 ha. Let's all laugh at the Billy. Just spit it out. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Billy, Billy. Even here. Ha 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 ha. Chapter 12, 13 out of 19. Ila May 7. Ila May 7. Arcadia Hospital, Tennessee. Hasn't seen her parents in years. If I say all my prayers right, then I'll get well enough to see Mommy and Daddy again. I got to recite them in just the right order. Poor thing. Her innocent desperation is nothing but fuel. R. Jeez. Chapter 12, 4 out of 19. I miss. I want to go home. I miss the sun. I want to go home. I miss the sun. I want to go home. I want to go home. I miss the sun. I want to go home. Please, please, please. I want to go home. Please, the sun. Chapter 12, 5 out of 19. Would be beautiful. What a beautifully broken place. Chapter 12, 6 out of 19. Tempest, Holloman, 42. Tempest, Hamline, 42. St. Abigail's Convent, Kansas. Wants to be listened to and adored. I dedicate this, my 5th award of the night, to my horrible, unsupportive parents, and to everyone else who refused to believe I would one day become the world-famous actress that I am. She had such hopes and dreams of beating the odds, but then again, don't they all? R. Chapter 12, 7 out of 19. Passage. The gears grind, the hands spin. Time starts and starts again. I dream, I fret. He tastes my regret, and it starts and starts again. Chapter 12, 8 out of 19. I'm trying. I tried it once. I tried it twice. Seems my best will never suffice. I beg, I plead. I never succeed. My best has never satisfied. Chapter 12, 19 out of 19. You gotta release it. The pain in my palm. I held it too tight. I couldn't let go. I cannot forget. I cannot move on. I don't want to feel like this. How do I let go? What's the proper rhyme scheme to let it all go, to move on? Help me let go. Last one. Chapter 13, 2 out of 2. Eternally she waits. She's waiting for her little girl. You're here. You're her torment and her only hopes of escape. Her heart has broken hundreds of times, waiting for you to find her. Alright, and that is all the letters. All the letters that we saw. And this is just basically the storybook that we basically saw. So I'm going to skip this because we already saw this. That's lore. Alright, so we got creatures, worlds, and cosmology? Okay. Alright, here we go. Hazel. Hazel has lived in Prospero all her life with her mother, Lacey. She's just graduated high school and is headed off to college in the fall. Oh. Cool. I didn't know that. Trey. Hazel's father and Lacey's husband. Trey Flood fell in love with Lacey during college. He and Lacey were happily married and had Hazel. Trey died unexpectedly when Hazel was 4. He's buried in a mausoleum near the Flood mansion. Wow. Just 4? Wow. Lacey. Hazel's mother, Lacey, is a social worker in Prospero. She struggles with the trauma she sees on the job. She can't save everyone. She's frustrated with the system and the way it takes time away from Hazel, her little bug, whom she loves deeply. Aw. Man. Brew, a former collegiate football player with professional aspirations before a career-ending injury. Brew is a big guy with a big heart of gold. He checks in on Miss Pearl and Lacey and views Hazel like a little sister. Only thing he loves more than fishing is his dogs. Aww. Miss Pearl. Miss Pearl is a retired school nurse that lives down the road from Lacey and Hazel. She's always ready with a listening ear, an open heart, and a palate of food. She thinks of Lacey and Hazel as family, especially after the death of her husband. Oh, that's very nice for Miss Pearl to check up on them and stuff. That's sweet. Bunny. Bunny Flood is Hazel's grandmother. She made her fortune in Prospero through multiple business vendors. She did not approve of Trey and Lacey's relationship, and after Trey's death, they had a further estranged relationship. Man. Mahalia. The last Reaver of Prospero. Mahalia is a legend come true through the echoes. When she was chosen by the land to take on the mantle of Weaver, she wielded her powers to guide people to freedom. Rubaro. Hermit's owner of a long shuttered swamp tour business. Rhubarb is a haunted man whose fear of Haints keeps him paranoid of any and all strangers who come in his way. The mystery bottle tree beside his porch serves as his only source of comfort. Benji. Oh, poor Benji. Benji was a kind-hearted boy, a little different. Folks in Prospero were not kind to him, projecting their own notion and sorrows on him. His brother Rhubarb didn't handle this well. Yeah, I feel so sorry for Benji. Father Swoops ran the farm with his daughter Jolene. After her mother died, he believed that Jolene should honor her father like the good book says, but he was not an honorable man. Man, that rope is big. That rope is big. And those chains are big. Jolene is a staple in Prospero community. Jolene does community organization through her ministry. The church serves as a shelter during hurricanes. She and Lacey meet through social services, and they are now close friends and collaborators. Lawrence. owner of the junk joint and Lacey's ex-partner. Nobody could make Lacey laugh like he did, not even Hazel. But when he up and left her mom, he was out of the picture for good. Man. Itchy. Itchy is the only child who wasn't taken by Hug and Molly. Like most of the holler, he endured neglect and abuse, but he's never left. Poor Itchy. Missing children. After Hug and Molly's demise, the missing kids from her children's village found solace in Itchy's care. While they may never age, Itchy has vowed to look after them until he passes on. Together, they fix Itchy's holler tour to honor Molly's spirit. Oh. Rue. Kushma's enigmatic right-hand man in the realm of dreams and nightmares. Rue is said to make those who accept his mementos vanish. He's appeared in Hazel's dreams since she became a weaver. He's invited her to find him and Lacey at Kushmal's cabaret. Ayotundi. I'm really sorry if I'm getting some of these words wrong. Ayotundi was an enslaved woman who leaped from the Bell of Prospero with her child, hoping to make it to Hope's Crossing, to give her and her baby a better life. Man. That's it. Now, creatures. Haynes. When the grand tapestry is damaged by folks' sorrows, its strands become damaged. Those damaged strands become stigma, which creates Haynes. Angry, terrible creatures only visible to weavers. They can be destroyed by unraveling them. Okay. Haint. Ravager. The most common haint found in Prospero wilds. They hit hard but have to be at close range. Avoid their explosive charge when they turn yellow. Haint larva. Small insect-like haints that come out of the necks to explode when close. Push them away to avoid their blast or pull and throw them onto other haints to give them a taste of their own medicine. Haint. Hoolerer. The hoolerer haint attacks at range, preferring to avoid close combat. Pull it closer to prevent it from escaping, but make sure to jump over its tentacle attack. Haint. Slug. Well, that's a perfect name for that creature. Slug. A misshapen lump of haint that births larva haints and emits a damaging blast. It's also capable of burrowing into the earth to escape or prepare surprise attacks. Disrupt the burrower using weave. Haint. Brute. Oh, that's the name for that? Okay. A massive haint with a powerful arm capable of smashing anything into pieces. Avoid his attacks in close the distance with pull to get your hits in. Haint. Overseer. Oh, this guy was a menace. Very cool design, but very annoying. Overseer haints are able to create a stigma shield that protects another Haint in the heat of battle, and they can't receive defeated Haints before they are unraveled. Be sure to target them first. True. True. Mythical creatures. Mythical creatures roam the swamps, hollowers, and backwoods of Prospero. Hidden from most, but words. Prospero hidden from most, but showing themselves to some. Weavers kissed by the rains of a summer storm are privy to their existence and able to interact with them. Mythical creature, catfish. Man, catfish. This was a very cool character. Not much is known about catfish. He's quite old, as evidenced by his size, and he looks unlike any catfish folks in Prospero have seen, down to his patchwork scales and mysterious eye. He loves to spin a tail, and he took Hazel under his fin on her journey. See, patchwork. And Crouton is patchwork, so probably like the Weaver before her, Mahalia, actually patched him, or I don't know. Maybe like a previous one, since I don't know. But he's really cool. I love his design. I love all the creatures' designs. They're really cool. Mythical creature, Benji. Benji was transformed into a massive tree by the magic of the land. He enjoys sitting in the swamp surrounded by nature and being apprehended by the animals in a way he never was in life. He drops fantastical huge peaches from his most years around. Oh, Two-Toe Tom. He was really cool, I gotta say. Oh, there's like spikes on his back to show that he was been attacked for like years to come. Man, that's so cool. That's so cool. His snout is like broken. It's just like, it just looks like a wooded and not like a skull. Very cool. That's so cool. Mythical creature, Two-Toe Tom. Two-Toe Tom was raised by Father Swoop's Jolene's dad. He was starved and abused and conditioned to associate the sound of a bell with food. His appetite is monstrous and unending. Dang. Mythical creature, Cherry Tree. In her grief, Bunny used a chunk of Benji to bind her daughter Cherry's soul to a tree. Though baby Cherry's spirit was lost and confused, Hazel was able to restore her, finally bringing the peace she had long been denied. Mythical creature, Rougarou. I gotta say, Rougarou's design was really cool. I love that design. Ever since I first saw it, it was so amazing. Oh, the wings on his back, the brown spots, it's like, basket weaving. It's like basket weaving. It's like all basket weaving, and then the feathers at the end. Wow, that is so cool. Like, if you can get like a close look of it, like right there, it's like basket weaved. It's like all weaved of baskets all around his wings and everything. Like, look at that. That's all like kind of look like basket weaving right there. Like, it's kind of, and like the feathers are almost made out of wood, but yet they're not. And like the human body, and like the face of it and everything. Because Rougarou in real life, it's like the body of like a human man and like the head of a werewolf. But in this version, it's like the arms are the wings. It has the body of a human, legs of a owl, and then the head of an owl, of course, with a bit of touch of skull. And those eyes, man, those eyes are so cool. I really loved his design. I really love all their designs. Like, they're so unique and incredible looking. I love it. I really love it. Really, really love it. Okay, mythical creature, Rougarou. Older than he seems, Laurent was unable to process the loss of his parents and transformed into a version of the Rougarou. Since then, he has kept those he loves, especially Lacey and Hazel, at arm's length, for fear of losing control around them. Man. So he did it not only for, like, he only did it for, like, to protect them and stuff. He was worried and scared, like he was stating when we actually defeated him and stuff. Man, his design is so cool. I love the tinge of black at like the end of like beneath his wings. Kind of looks like thread too. Kind of almost like right here. Like kind of almost like right there. Like right there. Kind of almost looks like thread. Right there. So cool. Alright. Mythical creature, Hagenmali. Hagenmali. Hagenmali is a deep, compassionate being. She helps many abused children and uses her red yarn to heal what's been broken. She and Lacey connected over their care of children, only if Molly's final act was saving the life of her best friend. Man. And only if we understood. If only if we actually understood her. If only if. But I love the crazy hair. And like the back of like the back behind her was like all like clothes and like clothing and stuff to give her like a spider-like. And those long arms and fingers. Kind of spider-esque to it. That's incredible. That's very incredible. And like the skin too. It's like all like detailed little bits here and there. Kind of looks like stone and like cement in a way. But man, so cool. So cool. Mythical creature, Kushma. Kushma, the king of dreams and nightmares. They say the folks desperate enough to enter his realm are never seen again. Wow. At least we get to see like a full version of him at the end of it, but it was mostly like fog and many other things too. Alright, mythical creature, Honey Island, swamp monster. Honey has spent centuries alone in the swamp, humming his mother's lullaby and making a home for himself. He was found by Mahalia, who cared for him before he fully transformed. Honey was so adorable. Like, I gotta say, I love his cute little design. Like, it's a bit, like, scary, but yet it's kind of, like, wholesome. And there's, like, little things of, like, patches of, like, little packages of, like, bottles and stuff. And it's so purpley. Kind of like vines and, like, flowers and tree limbs. I love it. He was so cute. Like, he was so cute. He was a cute little monster. He was a cute little creature. Sorry, not monster. He was so cute. I love, like, the little tints of purple. Because the description said of, like, eyes like grapes. Orange like grapes. Has a little, like, touch to it of purple around him. So cute! So cute. Alright, mythical creature Altalmaha. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Grief and rage transform Iotadi into something unrecognizable. She lingers in these forgotten swamps, caught between hibernating in murky depths and frantically searching for her long-lost child, Honey. Uncovered by the hurricane, she seeks him out. That was a really wholesome moment. I'm really glad that they made like a little scene of them two finally finding each other over these years of searching and stuff. Like this, like when the song came on and everything, I got goosebumps. Like that was like, whoa. That was like, whoa power. But again, I love the design for this. I love this. I love the colors, the texture, and everything. It looks so amazing. But yeah, this was a very wholesome moment for these two. And I'm so glad they actually found each other. I wish I could fully see her design. I really wish. Probably in like the extras, if you have the Game Pass, you get to see her fully. But man, that's so cool. So cool. Alright, lastly, mythical creature, Shaken Bones. Shaken Bones was once Ralon's Shaken James, for frontman of the Bella Prospero band. He was killed as he tried to escape the boat for freedom. The land made him into Shaken Bones, and now he ushers people to freedom and places unknown. Oh. But that's really cool. I love his design. Very tall, seeing like a few, like a bone here and stuff. Like, he kind of looks like as if he's like the Grim Reaper lurking in these swamps and like taking them to destinations and stuff. That's like what it kind of reminded me of. But man, very cool. There's actually a scene of him, of stop motion for a trailer for South of Midnight. Where he's actually playing a guitar and it's all like stop motion and stuff. And I highly recommend you guys go check it out because it is amazing. It is amazing. Like, solely amazing. Really, really cool. Love his design. With little vines here and there. So cool. Alright. Next is Worlds. Prospero. Once a site of bustling industry, Prospero is a dying hurricane besieged southern town with a history of strange disappearance. Those who left their own will did so in search of greener pastures. Many who remain lack the means to seek better. Oh. Wow. Lacey's home. Lacey and Hazel's home in Prospero. And I gotta say, you would see a lot like this if you're in Louisiana, where you'll see like houses with like bricks on top of like bricks. Because during hurricane season, it is very bad, especially when there's like lots of water and everything like that. Especially there's like an area in Louisiana where you can actually like buy a house near where the water is at, and they're just like built very, like, on top of high, like, as if you're in, like, a lookout area of, like, a forestry, like, one of those lookout towers. It's kind of like that, but it's like a house. And the reason why they did that is because of, like, hurricanes and stuff, and those sometimes get destroyed a lot. Like, obviously, during the summer, you have to leave because hurricane season is always around that time, and it's bad. Like, it's really bad. But yeah, you'll see a lot of houses stack like this a lot. Like, a lot. In Louisiana. Prospero's Cemetery. Prospero Cemetery is one of the local burial grounds for the people of Prospero. Bunny had Terry buried there in a mausoleum. Flood Mansion. The Flood Mansion site sits on a hill towering over the town of Prospero. It is a monument to Bunny's power and influence in the town. Man. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, like, a building. And, like, there's, like... It's kind of like this. It's kind of like this. But, like... the overall, like, roads that goes leading towards it, like a very long road, there's, like, trees hunched over it. And it's such a beautiful thing. There's, like, trees hovering over it and stuff, and then you get to here, and you get to see, like, this building and stuff. Like, I think you would see that in Forrest Gump. You would definitely see that in Forrest Gump and stuff. Where there's just, like, a long road of just, like, tree branches hovering over and stuff, and then you get to see this big opening and stuff. Okay, the quarters. The quarters are where the enslaved people of the sugarcane plantations were forced to live. Families were crowded into the small shacks. Man. Abandoned Cajun community. A strong Cajun community used to live in this area, but were eventually pushed out by rising coast, land acquisitions, and lack of opportunity in the Prospero region. Oh. So that's why they left. I thought they left because of, like, the oh yeah, rising coast. Yeah, because of the water and stuff. Flooded countryside. Through flooded by the hurricane, the Prospero countryside is beautiful, full of stretches of farmstead and greenery. Yeah. Thought it was beautiful before all this flood and stuff and damage and stuff. But the sunflowers add a very nice touch to the area. Prospero Ministry. Prospero Ministry is run by Jolene, a service as both a church and community shelter, providing things like hurricane care packages, clothing drives, and food drives. Jolene and Lacey became friends through community outreach and often worked together. Tasty Pig. The local pig factory owned by Bunny Flood employs many people in the town. The Tasty Pig factory is widely considered an eyesore on the otherwise pastoral community side. The surrounding area always smells like pig poo. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. I hate to see what that smells like. Bucline Hills. The Prospero countryside slowly transitioned into gentle rolling hills that begin to give way to forests. Much of property there has been abandoned. Man. Bunny's cottage. Man. Kind of reminds me of Coraline all of a sudden. With the pink palace. Almost. Bunny's second home in the hills. For some reason, Catfish believes that Hazel will find information pertaining to Huggemalin and her mother in these walls. Yeah, but we found a lot more deeper things in there. A lot more deeper things. The Dark Forest. The Dark Forest rises from the Bulkline Hill, stretching to the infamous Junk Joint, a dense stretch of mixed woods. It is place that most in Prospero don't venture to. People speak of strange creatures and go-ons in the forest and tend to give it a wide breadth. Forest looks amazing. Like, the forest really does look amazing with the different trees and, like, the moss and, like, it was really nice. Whoops. It was really nice. Love the outdoor forestry stuff. And the fog adds a nice little touch to it. Nice little touch to it. The company town. The company town was where the workers of Farrow Row were required to live. Rather than being paid in U.S. Treasury currency, they were paid in company scrip that was useless outside of the town's boundaries. The Junk Joint. The Junk Joint used to be part of the old company town. Laurent eventually bought it, wanted to remain close to where his parents died in the seclusion of the forest. That bar looks good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, going into there was, like, really cool. Really cool. Old Sawmill. The old sawmill stands as a crumbling monument to a once bustling timber industry in the region. The Witch's Nose. Oh, you can see the Witch's Nose. Oh, look at that. I only got like a glimpse of it. And I'm just like, okay, is the Witch's Nose like pointing like upwards? Like, is that like the Witch's Nose? But no, I can see now. This is like the eyes, the nose, the teeth. So this whole thing is the Witch's Nose, and that's the face. I thought this entire thing was the Witch Nose, because how it like looks and stuff. Okay. So now I know. The highest mountain peak in the region, known as the Witch's Nose, is said to be haunted by many creatures, Huggemalli among them, according to Laurent. The Holler. At the very edge of Prospero, the Holler is all but dead, with only Itchy inhabiting its desolate remains. The community was cruelly exploited, and their troubles were heightened by unsolved missing children cases that spread out to nearby areas. Man. Pure Pine. The old cleaning solution factory in the Huller, which employed many of the children's parents and paid them far too little for their labor. After the children were taken, people began to leave the holler, and the factory eventually shut down. Man. Miss Molly's house. The Huller's children went to Miss Molly's house and voiced the pains their abusive parents calls them outside her door, lured by stories of her perceived kindness. They often return with clothes and food. Their parents' resentment for Molly grew. Man. And again, her house kind of looked like the, reminded me a little bit of like Hansel and Gretel. Except for the fact that the house is not made out of candy. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. Sorry about that. Children's Village. So that's what's it called. I thought it was just like Playhouse or something. The cluster of shacks and houses where the children Molly takes are kept. Perhaps in quite fancy, the children have discovered it with the things they cherish most. Molly's Lab. Now this was a really cool place. Gave me vibes of like the fairy godmother from Shrek 2 with her laboratory with potions and stuff. Really gave me vibes of that. And I love like the red thread all over the place and like the skeleton of like the birds and this whale. Really loved it. Really love it. Nice fog and everything. Again, gave me straight up vibes of the potions in Shrek 2 with Fairy Godmother's laboratory and everything. Molly's lab is where she keeps animals she found, experiments with her red yarn, and various potions and police. The Absalom Swamp. The Absalom Swamp is a backwater area of the swamps where most won't venture due to its inhospitality. Many runaway slaves escaped here in their bids for freedom. Some strayed and lived there before heading further north. Man, these swamps, the swamp at night looked fantastic. I love it. The eeriness, the fogginess, the moonlight over like through the trees and the moss, illuminating the fog. Like very nice touch. Very nice touch. Loved it. Loved the dark swamp. I love this. I really do love this. Like, you guys did an amazing job of covering like the swamp at night. Like, this is amazing. I loved it. I loved it. One of my favorite parts in the game. One of my favorite parts in the game. Hope's Crossing. Hope's Crossing is a community that formed in the Absalom Swamp, comprised of escaped slaves that Mahalia led to freedom. Living there was hard, but folks made do, and it was better than having cruelties of the plantation. Mahalia's Bonfire. Mahalia's bonfire served as a beacon of hope for escaped slaves seeking their freedom in Hope's Crossing, fueled by fireflies that respond to a weaver's call. Its magical flames have guided many a weaver to the next step on their journey. The Bell of Prospero. The pleasure boat from the 1840s kept in operation by enslaved people with live band, a casino, and fresh food. It was popular in its heyday. Some say it vanished with a holler so wild it sounded like the river was settling an old schooler. Man, this is really cool. I love the fact that it's just split in two and you get to go to like both of their places. Settling it on like the rocks. It kind of reminds me of Tarzan. Tarzan with like the tree and stuff up on like the beginning of Tarzan, like the Disney one. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Of like Tarzan's house when he was like a baby and stuff. Kind of reminded me of that a little bit. Kind of reminds me of this. Both like features and stuff. But yeah, the roots growing, the plants are taking over. Really cool. Really, really cool. The crossroads. The crossroads are a final chance. The roads lead to many realms and many lands. Fantastical places where hopes and dreams live and die. The crossroads are where you make the decision to turn back or venture into the unknown. Ooh. Rogue's Caravan. Caravan design looked really cool. Really cool. And the ghostly boar, too. Very spooky. Rogue's Caravan is bigger on the inside. It's full of memory objects. Things people held dear. Objects that hold deep meaning. Oh. There we go. Town of the Tapestry. A bustling town within Kushma's realm of dreams and nightmares, where desperate folks seek refuge from their pains and sorrows. At its heart stands Kushma's cabaret, where Rue has called Hazel to meet. I really love the fact that it captured New Orleans so perfectly. Like from like the statue horses to the balconies to the plants itself that's just hanging on the edge, and the steps and like the wall work and like the ground too, captured the ground very perfectly of what it was. Like, amazing job capturing New Orleans. Now all that's left is that there's a little like stuff here and there that has a little bit of Mardi Gras beads attached to it sometimes. The clock tower. The clock tower keeps time in the town on the tapestry. Time is odd here. Seconds seems like minutes. Minutes like hours. Hours like days. Dreams lose their sense of self and time in the town. Unable to distinguish reality from desire. Kushma's Cabaret. Kushma's Cabaret is an intoxicating place. The music, the lights, and the laughter envelop all who enter, causing them to lose their sense of self and get swept up in the moment. That introduction was really cool, I gotta say. Of him, and we were just dancing along to it. Really, really cool. Really, really cool first introduction of Rue. Really cool. Lot of theater like stuff like it. Golden doors. The golden doors are scattered around the town on the tapestry, and each holds a trapped dreamer, bound by their own desperate emotions. They remain stuck in a timeless loop, feeding Kushma's hunger. Only a golden key is able to unlock the door. Oh. So I guess that's where Bunny is now. From the golden door. Bet that's where she is now. Alright, last one. Cosmology. How much is there? A lot. Okay, here we go. Hazard, toxic water. Hurricane Lulu tore through Prospero and polluted the water with all kinds of flow things. Avoid falling into it. Hazard, brambles. These magical overgrown stem from the stigma in the area. I love the twistiness of like the vines. Kind of look like roses to them. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Wonderland-esque to it in a little bit. Kind of reminds me of that in a bit. Love it. Hazard, explosive mushrooms. Explosive mushrooms are the result of normal mushrooms becoming tainted with stigma from the Grand Tapestry. Avoid their dangerous eruption. Yeah, some of those mushrooms got me. Some of those mushrooms did get me. They definitely got me for sure. Okay, next one. Hazard, fly trap. These overgrown fly traps are formed when a normal fly trap is tainted by stigma from the Grand Tapestry. Avoid their crushing maws. They looked really cool. They look really cool. Really like the Venus fly traps. Like those. Strands. Strands make up the weave of the Grand Tapestry that everything is composed of. Weavers are able to manipulate the strands to affect the world around them. I love the little details. I love the little little strings, the little vines and flow-like stuff. Kind of looks like leaves and everything, like vines. Really like that, especially like all around here. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Grand Tapestry. The Grand Tapestry is the fabric of the universe that connects all things. The Grand Tapestry is invisible and intangible to most people except weavers, who can see how it interacts with reality. Wow. Really cool. Really, really cool. Again, it's getting that feeling of the fabric of like the tablecloths with the white fabric and stuff. Looks really cool. Just little details like that is really cool. And I like how it's like a galaxy in a way. Really like that. Object of station. The objects of station are the weaver's tools used to channel the power of the strands. They are passed down to the next weaver when they are chosen by the land. The objects are imbued with the previous weaver's knowledge to help guide the new weaver. So cool. Weaver. Weavers are said to be chosen by the land to wield strands. They are able to see the effects of tears in the Grand Tapestry and use their abilities to affect the world around them. Oh. Knot. A knot forms around a stigma, massive caused by traumas tearing through the Grand Tapestry. Knot echo. Echo knots are linked to specific stigma vortex. Unraveling them reveals a patterned piece as well as an echo tied to the area. Echo knots also differ in coloring, plus sting with their own purple hue, imbued with the burning of memory. Stigma. Stigma is the result of the Grand Tapestry wrapped due to trauma. Most people cannot see or feel stigma, but weavers can. And that was all over Bunny's house. I bet as soon as we left Bunny's house, these things were growing. And then the ending result was when we went to chapter 4 and we saw all of it all infested into the area. Ghosts. Ghosts are a curiosity. Weavers can see them as they slip in and out of tears in the grand tapestry. Some have unfinished businesses. Echo objects. Echo objects are items from the past that sits at the edge of the grand tapestry. The weave spell allows weavers to pull them into the present to aid them in their journey. Throwing object. Throw objects are used to break items in Prospero that prevents Hazel's progress. Memory objects. Memory objects hold emotional significance to the person they belong to. Man, we stopped seeing these ever since Hagamalin. We stopped seeing these memories. So these, throughout the entire thing, were led to Hagamalin. Molly. So basically, not only we were going into the direction of it, but we're also led towards these by Hagimali. Because as soon as we were like done with Hagimali, we just stopped seeing these. So these were basically led by her because look at this. It's a spider web and she's also a spider as well. Spider-like-esque. So these were lured by her to go into the direction where she's at. Bottle tree. The bottle tree's roots are intertwined with the thread of the grand tapestry. Weavers shepherd painful fragments of a life nestling in fragile blue glass to the tree. Those fragments form a complete pattern, bringing hidden suffering to the light. Sigma vortex. Sigma vortex form where fragments of someone's deepest sorrow linger. Visible through any echo knot, weavers bottle these fragments and weave them into a intricate pattern at the bottle tree, mending wounds from the past. Again, using the exact same pattern like you would see on like tablecloths. That's really cool to see. Really like that. And it's like massive. It's really massive. Like usually like in a game when you're like, oh, you're supposed to go to this place. It's usually like a line, but this is just like big. It's like almost like opening up like a flower and it's like you're supposed to go to here. Which that's really cool. Echo. An echo is a past event that has left a mark in the grand tapestry. Weavers are able to perceive these echoes and catch a glimpse of the past. Strand wall. Strand walls are surface imbued with strands and give Hazel's feet the ability to temporarily sew themselves into the grand tapestry and defy gravity as she runs across them. Tangled. A tangle is a knot that has been left alone for too long and has evolved into a much larger form. Wound. A wound is similar to a tangle, but that has formed on a person or mythical creature and festers over the years, causing that person or creature to transform into a monstrous being. Creature healing. As a weaver, healing creatures is a calling and complex business. No mythical creature reacts the same. True. Clearing out a wound is painful, but debrides festering emotional rot. Clearing the stigma allows her to be viewed in a new light. Grapple strands. Grapple strands are small pieces of the grand tapestry. They have anchored themselves in a tear. Weavers are able to use these anchors to cross great distance. Borrower. Crouton is able to adventure into the borrowers to assist Hazel on her journey. They can contain knots, core, or other items. Some say the borrowers are home to mischievous creatures. False stitcher. False stitchers are not chosen. They are made by their own misguided impetution. Unlike weavers, false stitchers gain power through harming mythical creatures. The harm they cause tears through the grand tapestry, leaving a trail of corruption behind. So, Bunny is a false stitcher. She was a false stitcher and was very bad. So that's what she was. She was not a weaver. She was a false stitcher. Kushma's hunger. Kushma feeds off of the regrets, hopes, and dreams of the people that Rue tricks into coming to the town of Tapestry. Kushma can't be destroyed, only temporarily bottled by weavers like Hazel. Oh. Alright, and looks like we are done. Alright, looks like we are done. We only had 2 missing ones of upgrades, but that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, we are officially done. Officially done. I really had a good time playing this game. I really had a good time. I love the atmosphere. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the creatures. I love everything about it. So please, please, please give all the love and support that they need to create more games just like this. Please, please, please. And also, please go check this out. Please go check out the game, and it's so, so incredible. Please, please, please. So yeah. So with that being said, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm probably going to have to end here, guys. Tomorrow, I will be playing a different game. I'll let you guys know on Twitter and Instagram on when I'm going to be live. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And please give all the love support that these creators need to create more games just like this. Please, please, please. And I hope you guys have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in this world. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all laters. Bye! Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye.